Today we welcome fullback Lewis Banks in the wake of what's turning out to be a really good season for Altrincham Football Club on the back of Saturday's really impressive 2-0 victory against Southend United. The Robins are flying high in the National League in fifth position. And Lewis, it was a great day, a great performance.
Yeah, it was. Southend were obviously flying and they were unbeaten in a certain amount of games, so we knew it was going to be a tough game, a very demanding game, but thankfully we came out on top and put in a good performance. And
there were really good performances all over the field, but you must have been pleased with your own personal performance.
Yeah, I think their wingers, the left wing that they played, he's a very tricky winger. He has a role, obviously gets the byline, crosses it, chops back, crosses it for the two lads in the box, so I think he might have had a bit early on, but after that I thought I did okay against him, so and yeah, we're obviously pleased to keep a clean sheet, and obviously keep clean sheets, you've got a great chance in the game.
And your colleagues are making a bit of your celebration after the second goal. Tell us all about that.
Well, yeah, obviously I had a few friends up, and I just kind of, I don't even know, I can't remember doing it, to be honest, at the time. I can't remember, I just gave a few gun fingers to him. I don't even know what I was doing, but yeah, it was just pointing to them after the second goal, I think it was, so nice to be able to celebrate with them.
Well, it was the first thing that Isaac Marriott mentioned to me when I arrived at the training
ground.
Yeah,
I've had a bit of stick for it
today. But Southend, very good side, so that ranks as one of the best displays of the season, I think.
Yeah, I think if you take that 10-point deduction away, that they'd have been above us before that game, so I think we knew full well what we were going into, what a good side they were, you know, that if they didn't, like I said before, if they didn't have 10, they would be right up there, probably above us and pushing for playoffs, if not up the top three. So we had no doubts about how good they were. So we went into the game, and like I say, it was a great win.
Now, you joined Altrincham in the close season, having spent 3 years at Sligo Rovers playing in the League of Ireland Premier Division, and then part of last season at Arbroath in the Scottish Championship. You hail from England, but what was it been like returning to England to play?
I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it, I'll be honest. Being close to home, obviously, it's a plus for me. But I've always wanted to come back and kind of be a part of the English League, obviously the English pyramid system, so and kind of prove myself over here. It's obviously a different kind of game. Well, it's the same game, but you need different kind of stuff. So to be able to come over here and try and prove myself was one of the things that I wanted to do.
And how do you feel your season's going to date?
Yeah, I mean it's gone well so far. I still think there's a lot more to come from me and the team, but I think the position we're in, I've played, I think, maybe 14, 15 starts, something like that. So yeah, I'm pleased with how it's gone.
I mean, the player you're competing with for a position, Justin Donowa, very different type of player.
Yeah, he is. He is a very different, a very good player as well. Obviously, he can probably play more forward as well than me, which obviously helps him as well. And obviously, I think we've played together a couple of times, so it's not always me or him or whatnot. We kind of push each other going forward, and yeah, long may it continue.
And how did you enjoy stepping in for Isaac Marriott for his one-game suspension in the 2-2 draw at Oldham?
Yeah, it was good. It was tough at times. Felt like I was on a bit of revenge at Disney somewhere in there, going up and down that pitch. But I enjoyed it. But I'm glad Isaac's back in because he's been a top player for us. So I'll leave him to it.
You've got 3 assists to date in the National League. The first one came quite early in the season at York City for Chris Conclark's opening goal, an equaliser on that particular night. And tell us about that.
Yeah, it was nice. It's something I needed to add to my game. So, you know, to get them numbers up, everyone looks at numbers. I know football's not about numbers, but everyone looks at numbers these days and what your produce is. So, to get them assists, obviously, I think the balls I put in, obviously, I think Chris had to do a bit of work for his as well. I think the one to Bainesy's kind of done it all for me there with his touch, and then I think the one to New was a good finish again. So it's nice to be getting in them areas and be able to play them passes that lads can have an opportunity to score, but ultimately it's about them putting the ball in the net, I think.
And the Lewis Baines assist, of course, that's the famous Dennis Bergkamp goal.
Yeah, Bainesy was incredible there. To be fair, he had a great touch and a great finish, and Ralph in the back of the net.
And the third one, the Alex Newby assist, that was the winning goal against Aldershot. Very good game that night, another good performance by the lads, but made a big difference, winning goal in a very tight game against a very good Aldershot side.
Yeah, that's the most pleasing, to be fair. Newby's a good player, usually he's a bit like a wizard, taking loads of touches, but yeah, I think he had a first time finish, so it was a good finish again, and I think that's the more pleasing one because of obviously the winning goal in the end. So sorry.
And you're off the mark as a goal scorer for Altrincham with the equaliser against Kidderminster. Harry, is a game in which we started very, very poorly, conceding inside 2 minutes. But again, you must have been delighted with that. It was a very calm finish, and you started what you finished because it was you and Justin Amaluzor combining from the throw-in.
Yeah, it was a nice tidy finish. My first goal for the club, very pleasing. It was a shame it didn't come in a win. It'd have been nicer, but yeah, I was very happy with that goal to get us back in the game.
Who would you say is the most difficult player you've come up against this season?
I think it was the obviously some very good players in this league, but the toughest game was probably Aldershot at home. I think the lad Glover he was fast, could go both ways, and he'd done me a couple of times for pace as well. So I'd probably say him.
Very good side, Aldershot, and we saw that on the night when they came to the J Davidson Stadium. But to go to Swindon in the FA Cup and be 7-0 up after 70 odd minutes is just, well, almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it was crazy when I looked at the score and seen the score. It was a bit madness really, and I mean, fantastic for them. I mean, what a result for them. And
Tommy Witherington's done a very, very good job there. He's brought in some good players. The two lads up front, Stokes and Tolash, the Swiss striker, very good players.
Yeah, I think when we played, they were a proper handful, like big, strong, physical lads. And then obviously the wingers they had providing them. So I think that result was a massive result for us. I think you've seen the results they've obviously picked up afterwards as well. So it shows where we're at as well.
And favourite game of the season from your point of view?
Favourite game? I'd probably say Chesterfield maybe. Other than that, it'd probably be Southend at the weekend. I think obviously to beat Chesterfield, obviously look at them and we're the only ones to defeat them, so you'd have to say that, and especially the way it came with the last 5 minutes, was it Dior coming on and bagging them 2 goals. So I'd probably say them two. Other than that, Southend, I was pleased. I thought it was a good game for the neutral as well, or especially first half, pretty up and down. So yeah, I'd probably say one of them too.
In terms of the Southend game, I saw your sort of celebration to the fans after the final whistle, and it was the celebration of that was a really good top performance against a very good side.
Again, I think I've said it before, like they were a top side. We knew going into it what a big game it was, especially after another 2-week break. We knew we had to get back to it. So I think the lads are just delighted with that win.
Eastleigh on Saturday, long trip down to Southampton. It's right by Southampton Airport, and that'll be new territory for you.
Yeah, first time playing Eastleigh, first time going to Eastleigh, so I look forward to the challenge and hopefully coming back up to Alty with 3 points.
And what do you know of them in terms of what you've learned from the briefing this week?
Well, we know their experienced side. They've played a couple of formations. They can get crossed in the box, so we know it's going to be a tough game. But hopefully we can go down there and, like I say, get the 3 points.
Okay, well, so far so good in your career at Altrincham Football Club. Let's hope that we can go all the way this season. I think all the way is reaching the playoffs.
Yeah, look, we've obviously started. Still a long way to go, but I think that aim has to be there for us. We're there on merit. We're playing well. We've beaten teams above us, so we know we can do it. It's about us now sticking to the task, coming in every day, working hard and carrying this forward and keeping it going through till Christmas and then through on.